What's up, guys? Quick morning recap. Same as yesterday. I'm going to do them as many days in a row as I can. I'm on 2 days in a row. Closed up like a couple of $100. Constantly fucking up in the electric vehicle sector. Nothing's working. Trying to catch the top. I mean, I did on WKHS a little bit. Trying to catch the top on them. Trying to short the first red day on them. Just absolutely nothing's working. They're too choppy. Disaster, but made a couple of hundreds, like 190 today. But we'll go through it all. I just want to quickly show you everything, not keep you too long. I want these videos to be like 10-minute recaps, so like you don't get bored as hell watching them. So let's just share the main screen. Sweet. Isn't that look nice? All right, so basically the month's not too bad. 7:30 on Wednesday, 4.56 loss on Thursday. A bit of a shaky start to the month, but it's good to be like into the second week, and I haven't had any like big red days yet, because obviously, fucking June was a disaster. Like I had $5,000 in losses in the opening 2 weeks. Still finished up 3.5K, and despite not having the big days, I just don't see as many opportunities. So I'm happy to scale down. It's important to remember that the market runs in cycles. You get bullish cycles and you get bearish cycles. When you get bullish cycles, like April and May, you have like constant. Like this was April 2.7, 2.2, 2.2. Then May was very bullish. Like fucking every day was green. 1.1 week, 3.7 week, 3.2 week, 3.8 week. Regular 600-700 days. But when the market's like less opportunity, like that doesn't mean that you give your profits back. You just sit tight. You let the fucking I mean, I've fucked up so much on the electric vehicle sector, giving back profits, but not giving enough to be red at least. So I'm up $1,000, which isn't great, but I mean, give it a couple more days. Hopefully I'll close this 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, which is great considering the opportunity and the fact that market it was really bullish. It seems to be calming a bit. But I just want to really just take you through the trades for now. So basically the trades that I took, and we have CRV. Let's zoom in on this. Okay, CRVS took $365. So that was a good trade. I took 364 short and 37 long. Solo, I took again, it's electric vehicle, first red day play. I'll go over it. Just a fucking disaster. 350 loss. So I mean, basically, had I avoided the electric vehicle sector like I should, it would have been a 360, 450, 500-600 day. But instead, it's like a 190 day. I took 90 on this broker, and I took 100 on me Trade Zero broker. So I closed 190 after like commissions. But let's just go trade by trade through each one. So first of all, let's just quickly go through. CRVS was the winner. So let's take a quick look on stocks to trade a CRVS. I saw this popping up early in the morning, actually. And CRVS is quite interesting because you've got this. If you check the 6 months, not really much that says short, not really a lot of volume that says short. But if you look, I'm just going to show you something. So I found this website the other day. I'm chatting with them because I'm see if I can promote them a bit. So what was it? CVRS was it, or CRVS? I use this SEC filings website. It's like $50 a month. Let's just make sure I've got the right ticker. CRVS. Fuck. So hang on. When I go on CRVS, it loads it up dead fast, and it's like, all right, float 23 mil. Institutional owns 75%. Insiders own 10%, a bit lower. So float's about 23 million, but a lot of it's owned already, so it looks like it's lower. Got a lot of assets, not a lot of liability, so it's all relatively like bullish until you get to the active shelf registrations, where it says there's some warrants, 1.4 million warrants offered. And it also says they've got a hidden ATM of 50 million. So I don't want to waste time by like clicking into the 424B5. So they've got they've used 50 million and they've got 150 million left. I don't want to look into it too much, but it looks like there's an ongoing ATM there. So I was first looking at the short, and I can just bring up the trades. Actually, I can't bring up the trades because the first one was in trade zero. So the initial short on CRVS was into VWAP, thinking they're diluting, highly likely they've got ATMs. So I just took it from the 6s down to the 580s, 570s, 560s. Just a quick $100 on that. Me other trade. So CRVS, I actually took it short down here on Interactive Brokers, on Trade Zero. And then it was quite interesting because I'm thinking, can I get this short? I'll let it pop up. And then when it breaks above VWAP, high or low, looks like a descending triangle here. So you wondered if this is a triple bottom and it's going to snap, which by all means it could, or if it's going to push. And when it pushes here, you break the pre-market high of day, pops up. And again, I said this yesterday as well, and I missed my entry yesterday. I'm like, I'm not taking long off the high of the day break. Let it come back to VWAP and we'll see where we are. I'll let it come back down to VWAP, bounced, a little bit scary, is down $20. Took a long 525, sold at 6, made like $50 or something. It took like, I don't know, 6%. And if I'd had a bit more patience, I could have rolled it up to the 675. But as soon as you get this trend break, it's starting to look more, and it's getting into the afternoon, and it's got the ATM, and it's not really ripped. It's gone from 6 to 7 over a period of time, very kind of choppy, trendy. It's not like rocketing on mega volume. And I'd just be curious to know what the volume was at the open as well. Let's just zoom back and check the volume on this. It's trading like a couple of million at the open, and then a million every couple. Nah, it didn't. It traded about 400, 500,000. I traded a million on this because this is a 2-minute chart. Traded a million. So the volume's nothing mental, well, by these days standards. So then when this trend broke, and we're starting to get, and it's not bouncing strongly off VWAP. You see how it breaks through VWAP? Yeah. Look how it hits VWAP and doesn't move. So when I saw the weakness on VWAP, I saw the trend break. I knew it had the ATM. I'm playing basically long patterns and short patterns. So long patterns, I'm thinking, shorts look like they're getting squeezed despite the ATM because you've got this double bottom, and I know this VWAP hold pattern. So I just took a little bit, scalped it. But then when the pattern breaks down and I know the ATM's there, I'm like, all right, I think longs are going to get the fuck out of here. So I was out by 525, taking it from 625 to 525. Doesn't look like much, but I was actually taking $1. Took $1, like 18% in, out, in, out, in, out. It's now back up to 577. So like obviously I did well covering this period. I'd be reshort this, but I've got to go out. I'm going out in 20 minutes, so don't get the opportunity to reshort this, sadly. The next trade was Solo. Solo is just a typical, what's up guys? I see you guys all coming in. The next trade was Solo. Solo is up from the $1 and it's up to the 6s. Again, it would have been a $600 day today. Tried to take the first red day. In hindsight, what did I do wrong? I'm not playing this fucking too early in the morning. I don't mind a short starter in the 460s. And then I tried to cover this. I was actually short. Well, I'll just show you the chart. With Solo, when I saw it wash, sorry guys, put that back. When I saw Solo kind of wash out of the open, again, I've got a habit of like fear of missing out. Bit of an early short here. Got caught with me pants down. We can see I shorted like 4.05, 4.10. And then it popped up to the 430, so I'm like 4% down. I'm like, oh. When it bounces, I'm adding, and I'm just thinking, do you know what it is? Because there's two types of ways this can play. It can bounce and rip, and I'm adding here. I think, look, if it bounces and rips, I'm just out and I'm done. If it bounces and fails, I've took some profit. So when it came down to here, I was up about 100, 120 from these little ads. And then when it came back up, I covered. Because I was like, this is getting ridiculous. And then I got FOMO, shorted, then covered, then shorted, and then covered. And then at some point, I decided to go long. Where did I fucking ruined this completely. So I shorted, covered, shorted, and then this double tick is where I covered and then went long, and then sold, losing long, and then shorted, and then covered on the way back up. So I basically got chopped to bits. in solo. And I mean, in retrospect, the only thing I can think is if you want to short the double top on the first red day, fine. Add into a spike, and if it goes too far, cut it. And then if you want to shorten the VWAP, fine. But when it comes back up and it's come all the way back up and it's pushing and holding VWAP, you just got to get out. Look, I thought it would break down. It's first red day. The whole electric sector is down. First red day, I thought this would come down. It's held up for whatever reason. But there's no harm in shorting this double top, shorting into the VWAP. If it goes above VWAP, cut it. I should have took some profits here. Me order wouldn't go through, and I think, oh fuck it, I'll take the next leg down. So I was hoping to take 370s, 360s, and it just came all the way up. I mean, I wish I was pissed off. I was at 150 up, 200 up on the day. I mean, I'm still at 200 on the day, but I could have been 600. And the last trade was Vive, and Vive's always one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite shorts. I've shorted it loads. So with Vive, it's like gap and fail. Captain ran on big volume on 32 million volume, but it wasn't really trading much volume today. So it's like, oh, if it gaps and fails on low volume and it gaps and goes on big volume, and today it looks like low volume, then it's probably going to gap and fail. And it was just as simple as that. So as it was popping up, I know that when it trades, like, say it's forecast to trade, well, basically look at this, traded 14 million on this day in a gap from 1 to 160. So it's a 60% gap. So if it trades similar volume today, which it's traded much less, I'd say it might gap up like 40, 50%. So 50% of, say, 58, 50% of 58 is like around 85, something like that. So around 85, oops. So around, I am so bad at Windows. So around 85, I was looking for a short. I got, like, obviously you can see these, as it's coming up to 84 and 86, I'm looking at 85. I'm willing to short into the 90s, 92s, 93s. If it goes 95 tested dollar, I'm done. It's too strong. But I'm just I'm looking at the volume in relation to previous volume in relation to how high it gaps up on those volumes to predetermine how high I think it'll gap up this time. The news is just it's got the FDA approval to do a new study, and all of its studies don't work. So I was like, all right, that's nothing. So I was got a nice average around 86. Took me cover at 72. Same lesson as always. I covered obviously too early. I was thinking about an ad, but I wanted to get up to like 86, 87 because my risk is like 92, 93. So it's a bit too wide a risk. I needed a bit of a higher bounce to get back in. But honestly, in retrospect, adding on the first red pull under VWAP would have been fine. To be honest, I could have, if I really wanted to play it properly, I could have shorted the top, taken on off because I know it's coming down, have conviction in the move, short into the VWAP fail, take some off at the wash, short into the next VWAP fail, and then take some off into the wash. And this in itself, instead of being $130 I made on it, could have been easily a 200, 300, 400 instead of fucking around with electric vehicles. That's it. That's the trade spot today. I just want to show you one more thing. To get through these harder bullish markets and periods, I just want to show you something I'm doing. So this is just yesterday. I've got like the day that I trade, how much I made. I like to like title the days with catchy titles so it reminds us of what I was doing and why. Got me trades listed. I've got a recap, and then I've got like individual recaps. Oh fuck! Sorry guys, hang on. So just to quickly show you, I've got like the date, the what I've made, a title to like make us remember things. I made 600 because I got lucky with getting that. I made 600 on AYRO, the offering, but still I was fucked on AY. So I lost on solo yesterday, and I lost on it fucking again today. Disaster. So again, in AYRO I would have lost if I hadn't got the offering. So again, like Rose, it could have been a 270 day, and then today it could have been like a 500-600 day if I just ignored the fucking things. But anyway, I've got a small recap of what went well, what went bad on June 7th, and then I've got individual chart analysis with the ticks and crosses, just printing out the arrows that the broker gives us. What I made, what I lost, what the pattern was, what I could do better. Because obviously, what I'm going to say here is AYRO. What do I say? I've got to stop trying to find the top of the sector electric vehicles. It's murdering me. Was 500 down. Nice catch on higher day, waiting for weakness, and nice wait for the double top. Played it near perfect, just a bit early covering. Oh, that's just a bit early, was I? And what did I do on Rose on Vivo today? Yeah, it's a bit early as well. I took off profits and I missed out on the 64s. So like you can see patterns and trends in me trades, and I'm spotting them quite evidently, and helps us mark them out. So we'll just quickly run through some hellos. Long videos are awesome too. Cheers, mate. Thank you. What's up, Ari Deep from Corp? Lost on CRVS, got squeezed around 10. Have a look at this. Yeah, well, I mean, it was up 100 and some percent, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean, dude, you can't, when something's up from the 8s to the 4s, you can't be shorting with too much size in the 5s. You've got to expect you probably will get squeezed. It's down too much. 50. Next time I won't short with, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Will CRVS bounce back to the 650s? Nah, I think it's probably down. I think there's dilution in that and it's lost its steam. I think it'll probably go to the 4s. I want to short it. I probably will short it, but I don't want to be checking my phone when I'm with a girl all the time. Hello. I think we're done. Why do you long at 4:30 solo? I think I went through it. I think I've explained it. But I read peace 16 minutes. Next time I'm going to try and do it in 10. Have a fucking great day of life and time in heaven.